You can see the aggression on the other side as well, but BONECOLD's on the other side of this, and there's that check. BONECOLD, you said it, the alpha himself, takes the fight, wins it, but doesn't check on Russ, and he gets away with more than just murder. It's a double homicide, he gets 2 of them. cNed deals with it, sure, but now it's going to be cNed on an island for some time. The support's on the way, but it's still a couple of seconds off, and I don't think they expect it. Trexx is trying to thread the needle between the two, but support's now there, and he's in a bit of a problem himself.
cNed now they have to be the one to find something, but actually zeek finds Sayf up into heaven here, so Acend will find another man advantage, but Trexx denies the plant going down initially. cNed will tap it. Well, not Acend now, just going to stand and fight this. Trexx will find another one. It's just cNed left standing.
He's the player. He is the player that has impressed us thoroughly, and he's...
Shit, both still stack up. Spike not committed just yet, so there's almost feeling like Acend just poking a little bit, seeing if they can find anything. Actually, cNed will slip through and find Leo. Actually, we'll find a second out. Koldamenta will fall.
Oh, not too much of the spotlight taken by the others. cNed wants to show off, and I don't blame him. Look at the man. Farming up 3. Trexx. A new final boss to handle, and cNed exceeds. Leaving just Russ and a Spectre. This was the bonus. And it will be taken away. Acend gonna... Yeah, all in's one way to say it. Zeek gonna feed the beast. Leo on the other side, happy to receive that. No worries there, but Russ spamming away, and he wasn't far from it. Gets starxo, and Acend barely got a look in.
I want to feel like they're testing the setup there, and it holds. Koldamenta over the top. We'll find BONECOLD, and actually Guild will respond with a flawless round victory of their own.
Just as a second ticks away. 27 seconds. BONECOLD had to have at least blinded Russ there. He did, but Koldamenta's got his back. And now you can see the rest of it. Guild in perfect synergy. This pinch really meant nothing to him. Russ remaining dominant, kept that timing just right. They didn't fall for that presence and pressure that was tried to be applied towards heaven. And starxo in the 1v5, and it's a matter of time. He's just going to try and tuck himself in hand of Acend to try and speed things up, it looks like. Trexx going to avoid any of that early utility to try and deny his presence. Now he has to respect it, slip away slightly, and the site has been contested. But how do they get past Leo? Spamming away, nothing right there, and again, Trexx wants that contact, but he can't beat cNed. There's still that power punch to cNed that's not easy to deal with. They're desperate to try and clear a little bit more here, but forced it out plant. But the post-plant isn't comfy at all. They have very limited places for this post-plant positioning. Now they're clearing back through CT on the defending side, and there it is. That's the clear they were looking for. starxo going to catch Leo. That's huge. That opens up a little bit more room for maybe cNed to adjust a little bit more, find some more comfort on the side, because you can see it now. Guild try and work back in, and Acend put up the defenses. They're in perfect positioning to greet them after clearing out that ultimate, feeling far more comfortable. As Russ, an impossible scenario presented.
Although he finds, okay, any value on the way out, starxo will fall. Again, at this point, yes.
Oh man, this is something else. Russ now knows he's got to really pay attention, be on his toes, because he is far. There's no one else really within touching distance here, and you can see the instant gap close. He's going to be cleared. No! Plays his life. Still living, takes down Zeek, still trying to buy time for his boys to get back over on these rotations. He's done so well at this. Russ worth his weight in gold right now, controlling the side. There's Trexx making that big debut. 3 kills already, and it's just manhandle.
Again, no, look. Sayf whiffs that out, and there's so many people to help him. There's 2 bodies to make sure that he's got this reinforcement.
It is just this pack mentality, isn't it? You're just playing against an entire squad the whole time, and Trexx couldn't adjust well enough on Zeek, who's still standing. And all this time, where's BONECOLD? Holding that site. You can see that kind of improvised crossfire almost in place, because getting that spike is going to be tricky. Maybe quickly recovered, but will it be noted on the cross out by Sayf potentially? I think he's sitting a little bit too deep towards CT to really challenge much. But patience being toyed with here between all these players. They know that spike's on ramp. They know a player's either going to have to exit or challenge, but actually they're peeling away.
I have this
A little bit of a misread, but here this operator is going to be very difficult to make work. Then can get this spike down. Also 26 HP. Sayf. Have to come back through heaven. He can swap out the weapon, but no dash. 1 smoke to work with. Leo's got nothing really to Into this read, this is really strange, actually. Acend still considering a possibility they're just holding on. I don't know if the spike was even noted at this point, but Leo's going to find a lot of space very early on behind this plant, and he's going to hear these footsteps.
Spike going down.
Spike
Leo
planted.
needs to hold for a second, pause for Sayf to get closer by potentially. Actually, he's making progress. This is huge. No one's checked on him yet, so he can kind of mentally clear a great deal of this site. He knows they've got to be by pillar. They have to be. And he misses the shot. Teed up, set up, couldn't quite land it. It's heaven. Divide comes in, and Sayf now checks the first. That's Zeek now gone. No impact. Quick res comes in. cNed now goes further ahead, tries to find one. Notes the player up towards heaven. But can he do anything with this? Going to send out the old Zeek, does catch Sayf, but it's all trade out. Russ is still holding his own. What a sight anchor this man is. He's holding it down so often on his own. His impact is just unreal. And your last man standing is going to be cNed. And there is just a wall of players, and they just spam it out. Time for this. Hello, koldamenta. Welcome to my site. Kiles on the other side. Gonna spot and dismember koldamenta. Trexx, maybe feeling lucky to be alive, didn't slip into the traps, but now there's problems. They've taken away one of the players who's leaning through early on. They have no idea what's around that corner, really. Their camp's still sitting pretty. Now going to be considered and potentially dealt with, but you've still got starxo here. You've got the rotations coming in. You do have trexx, so... and Russ. So there's a lot of firepower still standing, but good work from starxo. Trexx does do well, but it's Kiles to... They want to... The intention is to push on this, and you can see why. Set into motion by BONECOLD again, and it's something you got to get used to. starxo, oh, the damage with Zeek is unreal. A perfect little set piece that Acend bring into play, and this is what I wanted to see. With Spectres in hand, with the lesser weaponry, how can they close that gap? How can they get in the faces of Guild? And that's exactly how. Trexx and Russ are left reeling, Spike under enemy control, and no real way back into this.
And full control of the spike as well. They're definitely just going to... They absolutely will be.
Uh-oh.
Posted it, didn't do much. Maybe a tag onto Russ there, half HP.
30 seconds left.
They spammed out Kiles. I thought he might have got away with it, but no. Fully noted. This is now Zeek in a bit of danger. He's all very much on an island, very much out in the dark, but while that happened, you did see that Leo found starxo. Has put BONECOLD now in a 1v3. Spike is planted. What can he do against this? Clearing through towards CT, plenty of challenges en route. 2 slightly closer towards site, 1 tucked away towards heaven. And again, so much could have changed since the last known contact on the site. A little bit of information found, but not a great deal in time. I think this one's cooked. Trying to maybe play for a couple of exits here. Do what he can. Expecting the swing from sight, and well, he wasn't wrong to be thinking as such. The Russ will get the better of him.
For utility, but is a little further back.
I've got your trail.
He's just happy to stand and fight. A load of damage done, actually.
It's so well done. Look at the state of them. koldamenta, Trexx, Leo, Russ, they're all tagged up. They're all looking so wounded that starxo just culls them down. Killer's gonna just seal it. Up towards heaven. There's a lot of bodies here already, though. This isn't as free as they'd like. This isn't as light as they'd like, as Kiles is on the back of the site. Swings out, finds one. starxo catching off Sayf. It's Trexx still standing. He needs koldamenta in this too. He needs some help in this one. And then koldamenta comes through with at least a kick towards Zeek. But look at what's remaining. koldamenta on his own, being watched by cNed as soon as he comes around that corner.
Would you take that fight?
Zeek turns
no.
it. Sayf trips up on his own shoelaces, and he can't quite make more of that, but Kiles is already here. Flashed up though, Russ good for another. They're trying to trade out as best they can, but there still needs to be a clean fight won somewhere, and cNed is still around. Great work again, Trexx and Russ. That's what you need. A little bit of that magic to come through. As BONECOLD now presented a 1v3. Not quite a post plan yet, but soon to be.
Be the one. I don't want to see anybody fall here on the side of Guild. 3 rifles they can make work. BONECOLD's approach will be noted. And when do they swing? You see them all leaning this way already. Yeah. Pretty well held there. They've been.
He's got to have caught it. There it is. They're on rotation now, but he has to buy time. That's exactly what he's trying to do right now, and this is it. Oh, gorgeous work towards koldamenta. No presence in middle, though. I was expecting to see if maybe Russ had made it there. Not the case. cNed gets dealt with. Good work from Sayf. Rostazo's on the site. He's by his side. BONECOLD's gone down, and there's the cavalry coming in. Zeek finds Leo, and there's that mid-presence noted. Kiles has their number.
It's smoke from BONECOLD, man. It's so disgusting.
It is a bit weird, isn't it? Kiles. No patience needed. Gonna find 2, invest the ult, swings around the corner, sees it all himself anyway. He's got first-hand information, doesn't need it second. Trexx and Sayf still standing, and they need to dig deep on this one. Gotta find a little something, a little bit of magic to dig through, and actually Trexx gets himself a rifle at the very least, so that's something to play with here. Spike towards the site, and Trexx is on guard duty. Gotta deal with cNed, not gonna happen. Caught. Trying to back away and say, good luck, my friend. It's not today, as Acend are going to make it on the board just across that finish line as Guild had a look in. The window was shut in their faces. Acend, I mean, it always feels like there's a chance and there's always that capability.
Yeah.
Defuse the spike.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Have
They're
they found
doing-
koldamenta? They found koldamenta. That's koldamenta's body, by the way.
That's koldamenta. Why'd you think? Yeah.
F's in chat. koldamenta.
Oh.
Oh, no.